So the next question is, why am I in shorts and t-shirt? Well, I went for a run. As you can see, everyone else has sensible clothing on. Look, pants and jackets. So I'm a tourist. But is it not unsafe? You're walking around with a camera and a stick in shorts and t-shirt, looking quite pale. Aren't you afraid a pickpocket is going to take your stuff? Well, no. Because Plaza de Armas is full of police. There's police everywhere. There's police on horses. There's a police van, look. Carabineros. I think they've been around 100 years now. They have authority over pretty much the whole of Chile. And there they are, look. Armed police. So what the pickpockets will do is probably follow you out of the square and then pickpocket you around the corner. Or maybe not pickpocket you, just steal from you. But I'm ready to run. I have my running shoes on, so it's not a problem. So safety in this area, not too worried. But yeah, Santiago. Welcome to Santiago. Look at that. So this time I've got a Chacarero. Look at this. It's more the mayo that concerns me. There's half a tub on here. But it's got green beans. I hope they're green beans and not chilies, because I've just added a load of chili. Then beef. Slices of beef. It's not bad, is it? How much is it? Around $8 with the drink, so it's not too bad for the area. It is what it is, you know. I'd probably pay the same in America too, but okay. Hope I don't die. Look how big it is, Jesus. Not bad, is it? I'll tell you what, this is way better than the hot dog. Approved. Forget everything I said before. It's so rich. I'm salty. Oh, I'm almost done though. Bloody hell. No. Defeated. Almost. So much mayonnaise. Okay. I went to the arcade. Check out the arcade, look. It's called Entertainment Diana. Oh, there it is, look. There it is. It's pretty cool. Lots of machines. I'm just trying out this arm wrestling here. Over the top. Let's put it on hard mode. Fight Big Bobby.
Let's make it quick. I'm a busy man.
What do you think will happen? Check it out. At least we're good at one thing. Maybe not a lot of other things. It's a nice little square, isn't it? So, it's not just Peru. You go in pretty much every city. They have a Plaza de Armas. It's in Chile as well. And it's Spanish for Weapons Plaza. Look at that. Wow. So, I don't know much about the indigenous tribes of this specific area. We'll talk about the ones a little further south a little later. But Cusco, for example, when they built the churches during the colonial period, the Spanish built the churches, they used the Inca buildings as the foundation. Well, this is quite different. If you look at the buildings here, when we're in Lima, we saw a lot of Baroque architecture. Here, wow, they look a bit different, don't they? Look a lot more planar, kind of columns, a lot of symmetry. Oh, this is neoclassical architecture. And if you've ever been to Washington, D.C., lots of old American cities, they use neoclassical architecture as well. It was around mid-1700s, 1750, 1760. That's the birth of the neoclassical period, and it lasted, I think, around 100 years, give or take. I'm not an architect. But neoclassical architecture, here's the cathedral look. Now the cathedral, it looks a little bit different to Lima Cathedral, if you saw that earlier video. Very plain. But what does it remind you of? What do these buildings remind you of? Well, if you've ever been to Greece or Rome, you'll notice there's a striking resemblance. Not the glass building, that's a new one. A striking difference to Greece and Rome. And that's the neoclassical architecture. What you have are the columns. They could be plain, they could be fluted with the little lines down them. There's some plain columns here, plain here. There's plain columns here, but there's fluted facade there. But neoclassical architecture, it's simplicity, and it's usually symmetrical as well. And I think there's 3 different types. Again, I'm not an expert, but if you've been to Washington, D.C., when America, I won't say earned, I would say gained their independence from Great Britain, they built everything in the neoclassical sort of era. So that was 1776, which is around the time of the neoclassical period. And if you go Washington, D.C., a lot of the buildings look pretty much exactly like this, government buildings. And it's pretty much just maintained that since. You can see they've redone the paintwork, redone the kind of plaster and whatnot. Again, not a builder, but yeah, they've kept the theme. So the center of Santiago, very neoclassical, very Athens, very Rome. And yeah, you'll see that in American cities as well, in Paris, European cities. So yeah, that seems to be the thing here. But if we look on the floor, check this out. 1712. It's a rough map of Santiago. Here you can see the river. Little rough map. But there's 3 of them. There's an earlier one down here. Let's take a look at that. I can't tell what's going on with that one. So yeah, there's the police though, checking people's documents. Are you legal? So here we go. So we can see the rivers kind of going around here. We can see the valleys, the mountains and whatnot. This is 1646. The first plan, I think it's the first plan, set in bronze. And it's stored in the floor of Plaza de Armas. It's nice, isn't it? Here you can see well, my Spanish is bad. San Domingo Church here. We have the plaza. I can't really make out much other stuff, but you can see this on the internet if you want a better copy. But anyway, I'm gonna get a jacket on, and yeah, Pedro Valdivia, who had an unfortunate demise, but we'll talk about that later. We're gonna have a look at some shops and some other things first. There he is, Luke. There's pigeons are having a field day. Oh no, someone stole the phallus from his horse. Look at this. Look. Penis is gone. Somebody stole the first governor of Santiago. Someone stole the first governor of Santiago's horse's penis. Unbelievable. It was the only place with a free toilet. So, Plaza de Armas, at 8 p.m, I found a secret chess club. So you remember the gazebo? I don't know if I showed you the gazebo. Well, there's a gazebo in Plaza de Armas. And I don't know if it's daily or what kind of time, but everyone starts playing chess. It's amazing. Let me show you. Check that out. So I don't know who brings the tables or you know, provides them or anything. There's even homeless people sleeping next to the tables. Look. Pretty cool, isn't it? Might have to have a game, no? Well, who knew? Plaza de Armas comes alive at night. All sorts of stuff is going on. This guy is preaching over there. There's drunk people falling over, passed out. Oh, yeah. So the police have found. Oh, you can't see. But Yeah, there's some police there. She fell over. Totally drunk, bloody hell, lots of wine. There's a chess club at the gazebo. People sleeping everywhere. People sleeping under this bench right now, underneath. But yeah. It's an expensive city, you know. I think the cheapest Airbnb was like 15 American dollars, but you know, you share the room. But a McDonald's burger, for example, a cheeseburger is around $2.50. Then maybe you can work that out. I don't know. Maybe, well, I guess chains are different, but definitely American prices. I've seen a lot of European cities that are way cheaper than Santiago. I'm actually really surprised. Because people told me it was expensive, but if you go to the UK, it's so much cheaper. Everything. Not the hotels. The hotels are cheaper here, but the food, drink, things like that. Yeah, not the trains either. Some things are cheaper. But yeah, Plaza de Armas. Bit of a circus, but it's quite nice. It's still nice to sit down. There's still police people around, making sure you're still safe. And they're here all day as well. They've got their batons ready to hit some drunk people over the head. So, Santiago at night time. So many police in Plaza de Armas. Here you can see the graffiti I was talking about earlier. Look, every single shop shutter, graffiti everywhere. But yeah, police everywhere, especially in the main square. So I feel like the centre's relatively safe. There's a lot of drunk people, a lot of homeless people, but otherwise it seems okay, you know. I don't really feel unsafe, but I probably shouldn't be recording with my phone too much. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed our tour of Santiago. I think I'm gonna head out in the morning and get a bus to Mendoza, Argentina. It's about 7 hours over the Andes, and it's gonna be bloody scary. So yeah, check out that video. But yeah, it's a nice city. I think I've covered most things I say about this, but I think what I've learned is it feels like a European city, but in South America. Yeah, really odd, I don't know. But I know the Chilean passport is the most flexible out of all of South America. Perhaps it's related to that, I'm not sure. So for example, Chileans can go to America visa free, they can just go, but any other country in South America can't do that. So maybe it's to do with money, maybe it's to do with culture, I have no idea, but it does really feel like maybe an American or European city in South America. But there's police, look, walking in pairs, look, me and my buddy.